Ollie Robinson, first of all, state of the game. What's the feeling in the dressing room tonight?
I'd say, obviously, it's still in their favour, but I think the way we bowled this morning has got us back in the game a little bit. I think they were 4 for 40 this morning. They got a little partnership, which wasn't ideal, but to bowl them out for 300 when they were 180 for 3 or whatever it was is a good effort. So if we can add another 80 to 100 tomorrow, it makes for a little tricky chase. So that's probably our goal going into tomorrow.
Tell us a little bit about the pitch.
It's, first day obviously nipped around a lot, but I think since then it's a good wicket.
Thank you very much.
It has the odd ball in it, and I think you have to be quite positive the way you play on this pitch. You have to score your runs because there is probably a ball with your name on it. But if you bowl straight and bowl well, it's very hard to score. So it's just a bit of a grind, really. And I think they've probably bowled better than us. They've bowled straighter, not as many loose deliveries, which is, I suppose, why the state of the game is as it is.
Tell us about this morning, because you and Jaden switched end. What was that about?
We just felt there's a little slope on the wicket, and it's probably more natural for me to go down the slope, Jaden to go down the slope from that end, away from the right-hander. So we just changed it round. We both didn't feel any favourability to either end, so it was just sort of a feel thing and worked out quite nicely.
Yeah, it seems like you two enjoy your company as opening partners.
Yeah, it's always nice when you've got a world-class bowler at the other end. It makes my life a bit easier, and you know that you can build pressure together at the same time and borrow in that partnership, which is what we did this morning.
Let's talk about yourself and your fitness, because you bowled, I think, 11 overs on the spin last week at Hove. You bowled 9 last night. I think you bowled 8 this morning. So you feel like you're in a good place, Ollie?
Yeah, I feel good. Had a winter to actually train and sort of do some fitness. I think I've had 5 or 6 years in a row now, just solid cricket. So it was nice to actually have a winter where I can sort of get my body right, get the niggles away, get a bit stronger, a bit fitter, which has allowed me to bowl these longer spells. So hopefully I can continue to do that. We obviously got a week off next week and then go again.
You had a minor operation in the winter, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, just a hernia in the right groin. So I just had a bit of discomfort when I was doing sort of core work and when I was sprinting. And it was very minor, but it was one of those things that when I saw the specialist, he said, let's just get it sorted now. It's only going to take 4 or 5 weeks to come back to bowling. So I got that done in February, and then I was back bowling sort of 5-6 weeks later. So it actually turned out to be okay, really.
Yeah, and you think that's helped you in terms of bowling these longer spells? And
I think so, yeah. And I think that sometimes the rehab, when you start from the ground up again, you obviously build those foundations and you just get stronger sort of slowly and steadily and fitter slowly. I know sometimes in the past I've tried to get fit quickly, and I think that's sort of, it's not a great recipe, really. I think you do have to work from the ground up and build up slowly.
It's the First Division. You've played in the First Division. What's the feeling in the dressing room? Is it the step up that everybody says it is, Ollie?
I think the lads are loving it. I think we're thriving on that step up. Last week we watched 4 or 5 international players at Hove, and the lads are loving it. Like, we're talking about sort of Sibley and Popey and how they play and learning from the people we play against, and Gus, the way he bowled. Like, it's just, I think for these guys, we've had a few dark years before the last few, and to see that they're up against those players now and that's what they could potentially turn themselves into is quite exciting. And yeah, the lads are loving being in Div 1, and we've obviously started quite well so far.
You talk about international cricket. You've been in international cricket. Do you still harbour ambitions to play international cricket, Ollie?
Yeah, I'd love to get back in the England team. I think that's why you've seen those long spells from me, just to sort of not prove a point necessarily, but just to put my name back in the hat potentially, that I can bowl these long spells again and I can keep coming back second, third, fourth spell. But yeah, I'd love to play international cricket again.
Final question. I had a message through today that it's 10 years to the day, apparently, that you and Matt Hobden shared that last wicket partnership up at Durham. Yeah. Doesn't seem possible, does it? What are your memories of that day? Because in many ways it's a great day because of the partnership, but a sad day in many ways because it was you and Matt, and of course it was your debut as well.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Wow.
Doesn't seem possible, does it?
I know, getting old. But no, that day was a bit of a blur, to be honest, but it's It's one of those memories that I'll always cherish for my whole career. I mean, I think Robbo mentioned it a couple of days ago when I walked into Pat. He was like, let's do a Durham away, and it always gets brought up, and it's just one of those nice moments that you have in cricket, and that's why we play the game, isn't it, for those memories.
And finally, looking ahead to tomorrow, I mean, it looks as if, Notts are in pole position here, but I guess Sussex just have to believe that something could happen, Ollie.
Yeah, I do feel like with sort of 150 plus on the board, we do have a sniff. It has got that oddball in it, and if we bowl like we can bowl, then there's no reason why we can't sort of put up a good fight. I think last week at Surrey on the fourth morning we took 7 for 80, and then this morning 4 for 30. Like, we have it in us. It's just if we can get enough runs on the board to give us that opportunity, and then if we get the opportunity to really nail it home, that we can bowl like that as a quartet, spin group, everyone, because it's going to take all 11 if we have that sort of score on the board to defend it.
Another ton would be nice tomorrow, Ollie.
I'd take that. Yeah, I'd take 50.